In this episode, I will talk about M.O.D. The Menace of Destruction, aka M.O.D, are a Hmong gang that started in the 80s. Like many other groups, M.O.D was started to protect themselves from larger groups and gangs who harassed them. M.O.D had branches in places like Fresno, Sac, Stockton, and Minnesota, just to name a few. Unlike most traditional gangs, M.O.D doesn't have a set allegiance to Crip or Blood. Depending on the city or state, determines what branch is Crip or Blood. Each M.O.D branch has their own beefs. M.O.D's beef with a lot of other Asian gangs, and I will cover some of that in this episode. With that being said, let's get into some cases. This first case happened in Fresno. Around 9:30 p.m., a woman named Macy in a car pulled up to her and her husband's Chang's home on East Washington Street. May alerted Chang about the car, and he went to the door to look outside to see who was outside with his daughter in his arms. As Chang stood in front of the door looking out, over 50 shots was fired into their home. The shooting took the life of their daughter, and May was shot, but she survived. But May was pregnant and the shooting terminated her pregnancy. Chang wasn't shot, and neither was anybody else in the house. Minutes later, on a street called East University, an apartment was shot up, injuring one man and one female. 3 Asian men were seen shooting at the apartment. It was later determined it was an M.O.D who did the shooting named Gok and another man named Kool-Aid. Gok did the shootings because a rival gang named O.R.B busted into Gok's home and stole from his family and jumped his dad and several relatives. The homes they shot up were associates or family to O.R.B members. Both Gok and Kool-Aid were charged with all the shootings. This next case happened in Sacramento. Young was from a gang called H&S, a Hmong gang from North Sac. The area they're from is called the Menace. The Menace is known for being a black blood gang, but H&S operates out the same area with no issues. July 18th, 2001. Young drove to Meadowview with his banger looking for rival M.O.D members. Meadowview is in South Sac, and the Meadowview area is claimed by the black gang Meadowview Bloods, but M.O.D is also in that area as well. Young will come across a man named TV at a gas station near M.O.D's turf. TV will ask Young where was he from. Young said H&S. TV kept walking to meet his M.O.D homie Zhang, who was in the gas station's parking lot. TV yelled, "What's up now?" Young once he got near Zhang's car. After this, Young pulled his car alongside the M.O.Ds and fired a dozen shots. TV was shot, and Zhang's wife, who was also in the car, was shot. The whole thing was caught on camera, and Young was later picked up. Young has been in jail for 20 years and is eligible for parole in 3 years. February 3rd, 2002. Kenton and Lau, who were M.O.D members, were watching the Super Bowl in Meadowview at another M.O.D's home. After it ended, they left with their gang. Later that night, in the Menace, Fong, Vu, and Yi were standing in front of a driveway on Western Avenue. They were all from H&S. A car with M.O.Ds pulled up and started shooting. Fong lost his life. Yi was shot, but he survived. Yi later identified Kenton and Lau as the shooters. Lau and Kenton were both later arrested, and both received life sentences. January 13th, 2007. Kelly would arrange to meet her friend, a woman named Jay, in front of Fairfield Street apartments in North Sac. Kelly family member named C lived in the complex. A man named Jerry took Jay, along with Jay's 2 sisters, and a man named Bobby to meet Kelly at the apartments. When they arrived, Kelly didn't get in the car. She stood on the sidewalk and was making calls on her phone. 5 minutes later, a car pulled up and shot up Jerry's car. Jerry, Bobby, and Jay were all shot, but they all survived. Police interviewed Kelly several times until she admitted the shooter's name and also picked him out of a photo lineup. She admitted she set up Jay because she was jealous of Jerry's and Jay's relationship. Jerry was an M.O.D member, and Kelly got their rivals, H&S, to do the shooting. Police raided H&S and arrested 2 men. Jay later picked Thaya, H&S member, as the shooter. Jay stated she ran into Thaya at a funeral. Shortly after the funeral, he said, "How's your leg?" and showed her his H&S tat. Kelly was charged with setting up the shooting, and Thaya received 25 to life. August 31st, 2008. JCC, an Asian gang, was shot at in South Sac by M.O.Ds. JCC members were having a meeting at Susan B. Anthony Park. That area is known for black blood gang Detroit Bloods, but JCC also hung out at the park. Police arrived to talk to JCC members to try to calm down the situation between them and M.O.D. Later that night, several JCC members were still at the park. A car would drive by and go to Ann Arbor Way, a street right across the street from the park. The person in the car was playing M.O.D. music. JCC members Gerald, That, New, and Dia all got in their car and drove on Ann Arbor Street and shot up the M.O.D.'s car. Many witnesses from the park would give descriptions of the JCCs in their car. One of the main witnesses was Dia's cousin. All the JCCs were later picked up and identified. They all tested positive for residue on their hands. All 4 JCC members, Gerald, That, New, and Dia, all received 15 to life. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.